Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Reynolds Outdoors. Today I'm joined by Mr. Parker. Parker, how long have you been working here?
About 2 years now.
2 years. So, yeah, I said, Parker, I want you to do a video, man, and whatever you want to do in the store, whatever gun you want, just pick something out. I was kind of trying to come up with some ideas. I said, hey, you pick something out, we'll talk about it. And Parker selected the Benelli M2 20 gauge with the 24-inch barrel, and this one is obviously not a factory finish. You've probably not seen this before because we did have this gun sent off and Cerakoted and hydro dipped in the Old-School Bottomland and the burnt bronze. That is the Old-School Bottomland, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Sometimes I get all these camos confused. But yeah, so Parker, let me ask you this. Why the Benelli and why the 20 gauge?
Big thing with Benelli is you know what you're getting into. It's a reliable product. It's consistent. They're great to work with if you have any problems. But honestly, in my 2 years, out of all the shotguns, I see Benelli's come back the least. And that's a big thing. The next thing with the Benelli M2 is the weight. Super lightweight with that 24-inch barrel, real maneuverable. And then it's the inertia-driven system. There's nothing in the fore end. It's just the tube that holds the shells, really. And then, so maintenance, super easy.
Yeah, so now the 24-inch barrel specifically is more ideal for turkey hunting, and that's one thing I realized I hadn't done is a 20 gauge shotgun or anything kind of geared towards turkey hunting. And we're not even maybe a couple months out from turkey season now, so I figured it'd be a good time to go ahead and get people excited talking about turkey hunting. So yeah, touching on what you said, Parker, about Benelli, I mean, unless you're just brand new to the shotgun world, and I've done several Benelli videos, and I've included them in I think the top 3 shotgun video as well as some standalone Benelli shotgun videos. But yeah, I mean, Benelli is simple, inertia operated. I've touched on inertia before, and the difference between gas and inertia operated shotguns. You can go back in some of the old videos and get more in-depth views on that. But just a quick rundown, like you said, it's a very simple design. There's very few moving parts in the Benelli M2, and that's what drives a lot of customers towards Benelli. They don't want gas operated guns. They don't want the extra maintenance that comes with them, because there is a little bit. I mean, when you're dealing with a gun that recycles the gas back into the chamber to operate the shotgun, you are going to get a little bit more carbon buildup, and it will require some cleaning a little bit sooner than an inertia gun. These guns, now don't get it twisted. A lot of people think, we've heard it before, Parker, that's like, oh, well, if I get a Benelli or inertia gun, I never have to clean it. Not true. There is, the spring in the stock needs to come out periodically after shooting, X amount of shells, and it just, the gun does require maintenance every now and again, but it can go a little bit further than traditional gas operated shotguns, especially the older gas operated shotguns. So like you said, lightweight. It is very lightweight. So if you're new to it, or you got kids you want to get involved in shooting, the 20 gauge lightweight Benelli is a very, very good option. So so what are some of the shell options that you would recommend to if someone's just now getting into it, or maybe somebody's been using Winchester, Super X, their whole lives, and why would you sell the customer these Federal TSS? What's the big thing about these shells now?
So the big thing with TSS is it's a lot denser shot, and you can get a lot more range. With the new TSS shells and a 20 gauge, you're essentially getting old 12 gauge range. So you're getting the same range as you were, but you're getting a lighter gun, you're getting less recoil, and if you're switching from a gas gun back to this inertia, super simple maintenance.
Yeah.
It's just hard to beat, really. It's getting to the point now where guys are going to 28 and 410 with the TSS shells. They're getting so much better. So it's really a no-brainer, especially recoil sensitive people. The 20 gauge is going to be the way to go, and get youth into turkey hunting. These new TSS shells have really been a big hit.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm glad you touched on recoil. I don't think I mentioned that. So yeah, if you're, a lot of people have gone from hunting with their old Mossbergs or Remington 870 pump actions, shooting 12 gauge, super heavy 3.5 inch turkey loads. I mean, those are shoulder killers. I mean, that is some serious pain. If you've never done it, if you got a bad trouble, shoulder. If you don't have shoulder problems, you will after shooting that a few times, because that really packs a punch. So with an automatic or semi-automatic shotgun, whether it be gas or inertia. Gas, you do get a little, you do get less felt recoil with gas, but even in inertia, a semi-automatic gun, it's going to be less felt recoil when shooting the heavier, turkey loads. And in a 20 gauge, I mean, it's not, it's not without recoil at all, but it is a lot more pleasant to shoot. It's, a 20 gauge semi-automatic. Even a 20 gauge pump with those TSS shells. So that really has been a game changer in the turkey hunting, in the turkey hunting world. It's taking it by storm, the TSS shells. We've had customers saying they've killed turkeys well beyond 40 yards, probably 50 yards supposedly. So yeah, we don't, that's anecdotal. We've heard it just from customers. We can neither confirm nor deny that's true, but we have seen targets on paper. People that work here. The owner took his Benelli, Tyler. He shoots a 20 gauge Benelli.
Yeah, he did the Grand Slam last year with a 20 gauge.
All right, nice. Yeah, we need to get Tyler on here and do some videos. Tyler, you're next. So he brought in some paper targets he used to have it hanging out there on the wall, but with his Benelli 20 gauge, I believe the pattern, how tight he kept it, and I think he was probably shooting was it Jebs?
I think it was a Jebs.
Jebs choke. So we would show we still got the duck chokes out right now, so when it gets closer to the season, we'll transition to the turkey chokes. We got them all packed up in the back, but rest assured, Jebs, True Lock, what other brands?
Like Jebs, True Lock, Indian Creek are going to be your main ones. Yeah. Probably most popular, what I see, is going to be the Jebs, especially for the Benelli.
Absolutely. Yeah, chokes are very important, so we'll touch on that a little bit too. I mean, whatever shotgun you decide to go with, you really need to pick a good turkey choke. And I would recommend going for the extended, actual turkey choke. I mean, you can get by with an extra full, or even some people even use a full, but you're really going to optimize your shotgun capabilities, your range, how tight you keep that pattern down range with a really good, high quality turkey choke. It's worth spending the extra money, because it's already an expensive hobby, with shells and the hiking prices on everything. I'd hate to go out there and skip on the price on my choke and not be able to get the range I need. So we've touched on all the key components, I think, and a couple of quick specs. I know I've talked about this on other Benelli shotguns, but you've got the Comfort-Tech system in these Benelli shocks. So a lot of people will say, well, Benellis do still kick hard because they're inertia operated guns, but they really, Benelli's done a lot, got a lot of innovation and really good technology in their guns. These Comfort-Tech stocks really help dampen some of that recoil. It's not gonna beat you to death. They got a soft little cheek pad right here, so you're not getting punched in the face when shooting those heavier turkey loads or duck loads, whatever you're hunting. So it's got a nice butt pad on it. I mean, they've really, it's super, super high quality gun. Anything with an Italian name on a shotgun, I mean, I think we can all agree it can't go wrong. They know what they're doing in Italy with shotguns and their food. It's fantastic. So, well, I think we've hit just about every key point that we need to make on the M2 20 gauge. So guys, let us know what you think. What other guns you might want to see. We'll try to do some. How are the Berettas? They've been coming in pretty good, the 20 gauges, or are we still?
Yeah. So
we might do a 20 gauge on that one next. It just depends on what inventory's still getting better. It is we're gun inventory has gotten a lot better. Ammunition's gotten a lot better, but we just get those prices to get a little bit better. We'd be in really good shape. So, anything else you want to touch on before we close out, Parker?
No, I think you pretty much covered it all. The M2's it just works. It's hard to beat. That's what I shoot. I've been really pleased with it. I handle the latest shotguns every day.
Yep.
And ultimately I came back to the M2. It just works. It feels good. You can't go wrong with it.
Well, it's good to have a different perspective. I'm a Beretta guy. I like shooting Berettas, so I like to have other, opinions on the videos, and I'm going to try to work through the entire staff here if I can just convince them all to do videos with me. But, well, guys, as always, we really appreciate you checking out our videos. Sorry, there's been a little bit of a gap in our videos here, in the past year, but we're going to try to remedy that and do a little bit better job. So, again, like, comment, all that good stuff. And if you're interested in this product or any other products in the store, come check us out. We're right here in Opelika, Alabama. So thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.